Welcome to SATV News. This is Nouri Alamin with the headlines. Prime Minister launches sports allowance card programs for national athletes don't involve in politics during sports life, said Tariq Rahman. Elected parliament will face legal threat if referendum is cancelled, said Shishir Monir. "294 killed, 1,288 injured during Eid travel," said Bangladesh Jatri Kollan Samiti. Now in details. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman on Monday called on athletes not to be affiliated with any political party or group during professional sports tenure, saying rather they should represent the country through sporting excellence. The Prime Minister was addressing the inaugural ceremony of the sports card and allowance distribution program at his office in the morning. Tariq Rahman will also urge the sports person to lead Bangladesh to a higher position in the global sports arena by winning games at home and abroad. The Premier said that sports is no longer just a matter of hobby, entertainment, or physical exercise, but is now recognized as a profession worldwide. He said the government has started implementing a plan to bring a spokesperson under a structured salary framework based on a specific policy so that they can pursue sports professionalism without financial uncertainty for themselves and their families as well, highlighting the government or initiative to improve the living standard for the countrymen. He said his government has already introduced family card, honorarium allowance, and imams, khatib, religious leader, or other faith and national exhibitions program. Jamaat Islami lawyer and Central Committee member Shishir Monir stated today that there is no legal scope to automatically annul the recent referendum. Speaking to the reporter at the High Court, he warned that if the referendum is cancelled, the legality of currently elected parliament would also face a direct threat, as both were conducted under the same electoral framework. Mori also protested the cancellation for approximately 20 ordinances, including those related to the Commission on Disappearances and Supreme Court judge appointment. He also further alleged while all political parties previously reached a consensus on 30 key issues within the National Consensus Commission formed by the interim government, the BNP is now hesitating to uphold those agreements. At least 394 people were killed and 1,288 injured across road, rail and water transport in Bangladesh during this year Eid travel, with road fatality up 7% and injuring rising nearly 95% compared to last year. According to the Bangladesh Jatri Kollan Samiti, the report prepared by Association Road Accident Monitoring Cell was published today at a press conference in the Dhaka Reporters Unity by Mojammel Haq Chaudhry, Secretary General for the organization. He also alleged that the influence of the long-standing mafia leader within bus owner associations and labor federations continue to dominate the transport sector. The report cited several key causes for the accident, including unrestricted movement of the motorcycle and battery-operated rickshaw on highway, lack of road sign marking the lighting, chaotic fare collection forcing now-income, and the passenger to travel unsafely on truck or train rooftop, unskilled driver and unfit vehicles, as well as extortion on the road and excessive driver working hour. From the start for this travel for 14 March until 28 March, a period of 15 days, there were 346 road accidents on highway and resulting 351 deaths and 1,046 severely injured. During the same period, 23 rail accidents caused 35 deaths and 223 injured. It also added on the waterway, 8 accidents led to 8 deaths, 19 injured and 3 missing persons. Overall, 377 accidents across road, rail and waterway resulted in 394 deaths and 1,288 injured, this organization said. The Criminal Investigation Department has recovered approximately Taka 44.14 crore in cryptocurrency smuggled abroad through MTFE, an online investment platform used to commit the fraud. And the recovery follows an investigation into the MTFE, the Ponzi scheme, which lured investigators with promises of return through the cryptocurrency and forex trading. CID Deputy Inspector General Muhammad Abul Bashar Talukdar said in briefing at CID headquarters today. A victim filed a case at Kilgaon Police Station on 28 August 2023 under the Multi-Level Marking Activities Act 2013 and Digital Security Act 2018, reporting a loss of 2 lakh taka. CID investigation related that MTFE stated Operation Bangladesh June 2022, promoting its platform widely phase 1 from YouTube. Platform attacked the promises of high profit, showing fake gains in visual and the virtual trading accounts that were entirely fictitious. Initially, some return from gain investment trust. The scheme planted rapidly in the early 2023 but collapsed abruptly later this year. Following a court order, a joint account titled CID Bangladesh Police was opened at Shonali Bank PLC Malibag branch. The Namaze Janaza of Dilara Hafiz, spouse of Speaker of Jatiya Sangshad Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram, was held today at South Plaza of the Parliament complex. Hafiz Akari, Mufti and Abu Rayyan, Pesh Imam for the Parliament Secretariat Mosque, led off a funeral prayer. Before the Janaza, Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaisar Kamal presented a brief biography for the late Dilara Hafiz. Speaking on this occasion, Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed, in an emotionally choked voice, recalled a 56-year conjugal life with his wife, highlighting her contribution as a teacher and administrator as well. He also mentioned the affection shown for them from Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, Chief Whip Nurul Islam Moni, Leader of Opposition Dr. Shafiqur Rahman, LGRD Minister and BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir MP also spoke this occasion. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman, representative for the President, BNP leader and government official paid their last respect to Dilara Hafiz after the Janaza. Viewers, we're taking a short break. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to International Affairs, and my name is Shamsul Alam Pantha.
I don't see an easy resolution to this because every slight deviation from the plan,
opening an open war conflict with them,
testing nuclear missiles,
Russia's announcement of these supposedly successful testing,
special and exclusive footage that is being played on SATV screen,
really come to terms with Hamas.
Damage estimated between this entire issue.
President Trump is expected to hold bilateral talks,
preserving biodiversity and tackling climate change.
We cannot protect the planet before we negotiate peace.
Where is it going? Is it understanding the needs of its people before the needs of this global world?
For China to come to agreement,
They will face better projects.
with presidency of China and President Lee of South Korea.
Trump's White House that is in favor of these things.
simply not enough action being taken to address the problem of fossil fuels.
What their plan initially is towards the Caribbean, a place that has been met with two types of disasters.
Bangladeshi students at the same level of opportunity internationally and domestically.
International Affairs. Watch every Sunday to Thursday at 2 p.m. only on SATV and SATV Digital. Hello and welcome to International Affairs.
Welcome back, and you are watching SATV News. Now, news from abroad. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismaili Baghei on Monday denied direct negotiation between Iran and United States, calling their demand excessive, unrealistic and illogical. The Baghei's statement contradicted US President Donald Trump, who had said the US and Iran had been meeting directly and indirectly, and the Iran's new leader have been very reasonable. Meanwhile, the Israel Broadcasting Authority announced a fire broke out at Haifa oil refinery today, Monday, following simultaneous missile strike launched from Iran and Lebanon. According to Israel media outlet, the refinery was hit for the second time since the start of the war. Missile sharper fell in 7 different locations across the city of Haifa, and a building was stuck in Shefa Amr in the northern Israel. US President Donald Trump on Sunday asserted that Iran is undergoing 2 regime change and the country's new leader have been very reasonable. The one regime was decimated, destroyed, and they are all dead. The next regime is mostly dead. And the third regime that the US is dealing with a file with the different people that anybody has dealt with before, Trump told reporter aboard Air Force One and rode from Florida. In an interview, Donald Trump has said he wants to take oil from the Iran and by seizing its export, half of the carrot is right, a plan being opposed in the US by some stupid people. In an interview with the Financial Times newspaper published on Sunday, Trump said the plan for the Iran denied from those of Venezuela, where Washington intends to control the oil industry indefinitely, following the abductions for the leader, Nicolas Maduro, in January.
So I would consider that regime change, and frankly, they've been very reasonable.
Iran confirmed on Monday the death of Revolutionary Guard Navy Commander Al-Zaratansky following the severe injured, Iranian media reports based on a statement by the guard. Israel's defense minister Israel Katz on March 26 said in an precise and lethal operation, IDF eliminated the commander of IRGC Navy, Tangsiri, along with the senior naval command official. An experienced commander in place since 2018, Tangsiri has played a significant part in Iran closure for the Strait for Hormuz. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Sunday he has instructed the military to further expand the existing security buffer zone in southern Lebanon, vowing to fundamentally change in the security situation there. Israel is determined to fundamentally change the situation in the north. Netanyahu also said in a video statement from the Northern Command. He further said the decision aimed to strengthen the Israel's security posture along the northern frontier amid ongoing tension along Israel's northern border, where cross-border hostility have raised fear of border regional escalation.
וחיסלנו מעל הכל את האיום העצום של 150,000 טילים ורקטות שנועדו להחריב את
Spain has closed its airspace to U.S. plane involved in attack on Iran, a step beyond its previous denial to use of jointly operated military bases, Defense Minister the Marina Robles said on Monday. Spain doesn't authorize earlier the use of military bases from the use of airspace for action related to the war in Iran. He also told a reporter in Madrid the Spanish newspaper El País has first reported the news on Monday, citing military source. The closure of the airspace forces military plan to bypass NATO member Spain on road to their target in the Middle East, but it doesn't include emergency situation, EIPS added. Last week, for the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez said Spain had denied the United States to use Rota and Moron base for operation involved in Iran. Sánchez has been one of the most vocal opponents to the US and Israeli attack on Iran, describing them as reckless and illegal.
Acciones relacionadas con la operación en Irán han sido rechazados, todos, incluidos los de los aviones de repostaje.
French Interior Minister Laurent Nunez said on Monday he didn't rule out a link with Iran in an attack on Bank of America Paris offices that was foiled by authorities over the weekend. The anti-terrorism prosecutor office said on Saturday for the 10 opened the investigation into attempted destruction by fire and the other dangerous means, as well as the manufacture, provision and transport of an explosive or incendiary device. The Anonian said it didn't rule out a possible link with Iran, pointing to similarities with attack in Belgium, Netherlands, and the authorities are investigating for a link with Iran. He also confirmed that 3 suspects have been arrested so far in connection with the attack, and the investigation were continuing to look for the person who had ordered it. China on Monday urged an immediate cessation for military operation in the Iran conflict, stating the military means which cannot resolve the root problem. Speaking at a news conference, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning emphasized the need for peace talks to avert a greater humanitarian catastrophe, responding to a joint statement released by G7 Foreign Minister last Friday. The G7 minister meeting in France called for an immediate halt to attack targeting civilian and civilian infrastructure in the war. The group also stressed the importance for the mitigating the conflict impacts for the regional stability, civilian population, and critical infrastructure for this statement.
谢谢发言人。中国新闻社记者提问：海南自由贸易港上周迎来通关。
The Kremlin welcomed an arrival for the Russian oil tanker to Cuba on Monday, saying supply to Caribbean island were raised for the talks with the United States. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said on Russia will continue to work on oil supply to Cuba. The Russian tanker Anatoly Kolondin, carrying a humanitarian shipment for 1 lakh metric ton for the crude oil, had arrived Cuba. Interfax news agency reported on Monday, citing the Russian Ministry of Transport.
Это необходимо для работы систем жизнеобеспечения в стране, для генерации электроэнергии, для оказания медицинских и иных услуг.
Min Aung Hlaing, Myanmar's military chief who led coup in 2021, stepped down on Monday to stay as president in a parliamentary vote following the first poll for the Southern Asian nation since the takeover that triggered a civil war. Before ending, we go through the SATV News headlines again. Prime Minister launches his Sports Allowance Card program and national athletes don't involve in politics during sports life, said Tariq Rahman. Elected parliament will face legal threat if referendum is cancelled, said Shishir Monir. T-94 killed while 1288 injured during its travel, said Bangladesh Jatri Kalyan Samiti. You are up to date with the top stories so far here on SATV. And to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.